Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? My name is Daimien Kamiya. I am the Omni King. Yeah, life is still wild. My knee hurts. I have no fucking idea why or how. It hurts to put weight on it. I have a knee brace on. I bought one yesterday. I didn't hurt it at work because I wear knee pads at my job. So there's no fucking shot. I had to hurt it at home. I likely rolled over and hit and probably like hit like a nerve that caused the kneecap to swell, because that's where, like, I think I've just like bruised the kneecap. I don't know how I did it, but I did it and it fucking hurts. Worst case scenario, if it continues longer, I do have a doctor's appointment on the 5th, which is about 2 weeks away. I will bring it up then. But until then, I am just going to suck it up. Most doctors will probably just tell me to walk it off anyways. I take, Tylenol, Advil, stuff like that. I'm going to take one right now because I forgot to earlier. Yeah, so it was all of that caused me to kind of cancel the stream yesterday, because I needed to, go shopping for a knee brace and stuff so I could be ready for work. The stream got pushed back because I didn't go to sleep until like after 6 a.m. That's not even a joke. I woke up at noon. My sleep's still great, isn't it? And then this morning got a bit delayed as to why, like, I'm tuning in exactly, like, I didn't open up until now was, there was a cat on my floor and he was being cute, and I think that's the hardest thing to avoid. Second, I was talking to Liana, my resident Guild Wars 2 friend, one of them, and last night I was talking to Ray about the same thing, about how I'm considering maybe trying a hardcore Guild Wars 2 challenge where I create a character. Maybe even, I was just realizing now, maybe do one of each class and just see the potentials. There's no like actual limitations onto what I do. I don't want to spend too much money on the characters though. Like, I'm not gonna delete the characters when they're done. But I would like to see like how far like right now my starting classes are either gonna be Vindicator, because as we've learned from my boon tank, you can easily get protection, dodge support, like endurance regen and stuff like that, vigor, resistance, resolution, protection, all these sort of things. Adriana, hello! Yeah, you can get all those on Vindicator. So that, that makes them a really broken class. Thief, Daredevil is actually also pretty damn broken in terms of getting dodge support, as well as certain Condi cleansings. Can't cleanse you can cleanse movement and damaging conditions through dodging, which, so I can't get rid of things like vulnerability or weakness, but I can get rid of most conditions through dodging, which is fantastic. You also get an extra dodge, so that's an idea. Engineer can get ridiculous dodge support. Like, they can basically, through the tools trait line, can get easily accessible vigor, as well as 50% endurance increase regen without even counting vigor. And then, as much as I hate it, Mechanist is a very broken class. But Scrapper also has a lot of potential through its gyros to get like, to get like Condi cleanses and stuff. Sorry. Again, I did wake up just like an hour and 15 minutes ago. Yeah, so those are my top two. Necro's up there because like Minion Mancer Reaper can have some really tanky potential, as well as survivability. Like, I have a Cleric's Necromancer Reaper, and it's pretty good. I've been good, Adriana. I'm, finally got a job after, like, a year of leaving my last one. Well, I got a job in January, and then after 6 weeks was terminated because people made up false allegations against me. And then 4 months without a single interview or even call, and I get a job off the first one, and I'm really loving it. My entire demeanor has shifted, and it's one of the best like retail companies you can work for, in my opinion. I've not explicitly said it, but just like the life-ruining kind, made by 2 young girls. If they twisted and made up false allegations against me that got me terminated. 1 second, I'm gonna go get some paper towel. Okay, spilled my hot chocolate. I even considered a lawsuit against them because it was basically, they didn't do an investigation. They technically unjustly terminated me, but I ended up not bothering. But yeah, like I work today. I work 6:45 to 11:45. So like I do like a lot of morning streams. Oh, awesome! Yeah, same stuff really. Post-secondary is what we call it in Canada. Since high school is secondary, so you have primary school, which is like kindergarten through grade 8. And then you have high school, and then you have, which is 9 through 12. But high school is also called secondary school. So college and university are generally just referred to as post-secondary. They're still called colleges and universities, but we just like collectively call them post-secondary. Makes things a bit more definitive. Yeah, like I know a lot about Guild Wars too, so this idea of doing a hardcore playthrough sounds like, and the thing is, so the way the hardcore playthrough would work is it would not encompass a slot. Right now my slots are Guild Wars 1 and Ni no Kuni 2. It would not encompass a slot. What it would do is that normal once a week Guild Wars 2 stream I try to do would just be that. Instead of me trying to just meander around and catch up and stuff, I would just, do that. I still have to finesse stuff. Maybe we'll do some of that on stream too, figure out like the potentials of each class and what armors I should run, because some of the armors are going to vary, especially based off of certain classes. Like, you want, obviously, some, like, power or condi, depending on what the build's going to be. You obviously want survivability, so toughness and vitality are going to be important. Depending on the build, boon duration could be excruciatingly important. So, getting concentration. I probably won't run Condi on any of these, so I'm not really going to worry too much about Condi or expertise. And then I don't even necessarily care about crit much either. Some builds can kind of get that on their own anyway. And then, right, so like clerics could be a good idea too, because it has high healing power. But again, that also depends on certain classes. Like Necro could do well with high healing power, but other classes probably wouldn't. Celestials is also pretty good all around. But yeah, I really want to think on this. But anyways, enough about Guild Wars 2. Let's get into Guild Wars 1. Here we are. Alright, so I'm in the area of the last mission in the base game right now. That I'm pretty sure. Like, I know there's the falls over here, but I've looked at the overall map of the game, and there's nothing over here. Tyria. Yeah, like, this doesn't lead to anywhere. Like, it's just a map. So I'll have to go there probably for, like, completion, but there's, like, nothing actually there. Like, no towns or missions or anything. I also have no active, like, Tyria missions. So I'm probably, yeah, I'm just gonna... Like, I now that I have access to down here, I could do down here, but I'm pretty sure all of this area is tied to Eye of the North. So I actually want to wait for that. So we're just going to do Sanctum Clay. What surprise? Does it match... Oh, no. Wrong name. Does it match this? This beautiful piece? New fan art. Let's go. You. Well, I think you sent the last one to me on Twitter, didn't you? That was the only way you could send it to me. You might just have to do it on Twitter again. Twitter or Blue Sky, too. You can do either. I don't have it on stream anymore, but it's still in my description, both of them. Alright, enter... let me actually make sure I know... And I do have cereal in front of me, too. I want to make sure it doesn't get too soggy. Once it gets too soggy, I won't eat it. Yep. Right now, adding me is probably the best way I'll see it. I don't check the art tag, in all honesty, because no one uses it. You can also DM me if you don't actually want it to be public, but... Alright, the bonus here doesn't seem too hard, so I'll enter mission. Like, I'm gonna repost the fan art either way, but if you, but if you DM me, I tend to take it as you don't want me to do that, so I'll repost it leaving you anonymous, but... But the anonymous thing is all dependent on whether you want to actually stay anonymous. Like, I can still say, like, you know, my viewer Ari, or Adri, sorry, Ari, someone else. Adri, and and I just won't like at your channel, like, because otherwise you'd retweet stuff, right? If you go to my profile, up near my name, there should be like a little envelope. You should be able to click that and DM me. My DMs are still open, so. Alright, sounds good. Oh, I'm carrying the Scepter of Ore. Great. I hate that because it means I cannot use a combat. I cannot use direct combat. Alright, we need to get through here. I'm gonna hate Nightfall, because I'm gonna have to drop to 3 allies. Obviously, I'm bringing Gwen and Ogden. Which means I'm gonna lose my Bip guy. I'm also debating, but the other debate is whether I pick Koss or Jin. Because, like, Koss is probably the best in terms of damage, but Jin, I fucking did it again. I still have Charm Animal on. But Jin has the pet, which also does physical damage, meaning that, like, Barbs and Pain is a Mark of Pain are going to be a bit more valuable. All of these coins. I always get excited when I see people come back in chat, though, Adri. Like, you, your brother, anyone else. This is going to be so annoying because I have to go through, apparently, I have to go through most of the entire map with this spirit for the bonus objective, and apparently he can be very buggy. I just need to take this carefully. There's no time restrictions or anything. I take it that was you that, Oh, I figured as much. I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people, like, I think he changed his name, but Mario, used to swing by all the time until he went to high school. And once he hit high school, I barely seen him. But I understand, you know, as someone that was in high school, like, the difference between elementary school and high school is no fucking joke. You have half the classes in a day, but, like, 3 or 4 times the work. There's some others I haven't seen in quite some time now, like Simran and Chloe. Simran never stayed long, but she would generally just pop in, say hello every so often. Chloe would appear maybe once every week or two, but I haven't seen her in a long time either. Chloe appeared enough in the streams that I even made her a mod. And she's immortalized on my channel too, because I clipped her a conversation I had with her about my Genshin luck. You are all dead. You are all so dead. Oh my god. Why did you stack? Why did you stack? Oh my god, you idiots. Check. I did. Ooh, this one's so good. Which is funny, because I don't know if I even have either of these expressions. Oh, one sec. Can you, like, X, come on. Twitter, stop being dumb. Sorry, I gotta tweet out this image. I can put it on OBS, too. There it is. You know what we should do? Is we should put both masterpieces side by side. Right, like, look at these two pieces, these two masterpieces. There we go. It's all tweeted out now. Thank you so much. It's also kind of interesting to put them side by side and like see where things have evolved, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I still like the right one. No matter how much you cringe at it, I still do really like it. But you can tell, like, the one on the right's a lot more, like, cartoony, if you will. While, like, I would say the one on the left is, like, more mature. It's my first fan art. Of course I'm gonna love it. Let me enjoy the first fan art I ever got. One sec. All right, come on, White Mantle, please die. By the way, the Restless Spirit does nothing, but he also can't die. He's immune to damage, so I don't actually have to worry about him dying. Oh, it's your birthday! Happy birthday, Adri! I can't believe for your birthday you chose to come to my stream. Generally, my streams don't get, like, I don't know if something's going on, but again, I don't really care. I stream for fun. I don't stream to make money. But right now, my general viewers are Lizreal and Angel are the two people that show up the most frequent. I don't really get many other viewers other than those two. But I'm fine with that. Well, that's good to hear. I appreciate that. I don't know what I particularly did. In all honesty, stream moment wise, the most significant thing I remember was when I was playing through Dragon Quest XI. You and your brother were in chat, and we were cringing at some of the the voice acting in the game because we couldn't. It's like they took every single Spanish nation's accent and tried to fuse them into one, and we couldn't like figure out what they were trying to accomplish. I feel kind of honored that, you know, like I'm the only one you even consider watching. Bone Dragon. Don't interrupt my barb. Okay, well, barb didn't even matter there. Are you a warrior? What are you? Oh, you know what? I can just double check here. What is a bone dragon? Bone dragon is a ranger. So yeah, I'll be just probably using attack on him. Or the I'll just be using like insidious parasite and empathy. Oh god, the yawning. Granted, I feel like I have my fair share of boring moments too. Like, let's be real here. I just like chatting. Like, I find most of my boring moments are generally when no one's in chat. Because generally, even if I don't have something to talk about with the game, I can talk to people. But if no one's in chat, then when I don't have anything to talk about with the game, like, for example, like, I remember when I made the stipulation that I would play through Tiny Tina's Wonderland with all classes. If I did that with, like, let's say a viewership of, say, even 10 or 20 people, oh, it would be a breeze, because there'd be at least someone chatting at the time to just, you know, hang out with, to keep me, you know, distracted, to make every playthrough different. But there wasn't, so every playthrough kind of just became the same. And eventually you just kind of run out of things to talk about.
A sight for sore eyes, one of the greatest treasures of my now ruined home. But while being reunited with the Scepter of Ore should be a cause for celebration, the events of today have saddened my heart. There is a
do you
traitor in
do
your
you
midst.
go where?
One of the Shining Blade's
Are you
own
just
inner
not an
council.
online person in general, or do you generally
Who?
look at other sites?
I believe you know him by the name Marcus. He masquerades as your friend and confidant, but he is instead a white-mantled infiltrator.
Ah, so he's the reason the Mantle knew about the Henge of Denravi.
Yes, and he has sold you out again. There are White Mantle all over this island. They come now for the scepter as we speak.
We must get to the dock and warn Avenia.
I'm afraid our tale grows darker still. The Mantle have already stormed her ship. It lies broken at the bottom of the harbor. Our friend Avenia has already been taken prisoner.
Avenia's been taken? That also means we're trapped here. That boat was our only way
Oh yeah,
outside
I don't
Duque.
go on
Do
TikTok.
not lose
I don't.
hope
I don't
yet,
even have
my
an
friend.
account on TikTok.
I can summon from the deep a ship that can carry us from this place. Make for the beach. Meet me at the dock and I will perform the necessary ritual.
There must be half of the White Mantle army between us and the beach.
Then you will need some help. Do not fear the walking dead. Through the scepter they obey my commands. Hurry now, we haven't much time.
I see. Well, I feel like that's a compliment for me. Wait. Where is the restless spirit? I'm gonna have to backtrack to go and find him. Be nice if they actually put him in the fucking party. I know some people, like Angel will sometimes tune in even while at work. Trust me, it's not easy. Oh my god, is it not easy? After I left my last job, I spent 4 months applying for jobs. 4 months. Without a single phone call. Where is he? Where did the spirit go? I had someone earlier, like a week or two ago at my current job. He was asking like, "Hey, did you ever go to like college or something? Like, what did you study?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I went to college." Or no, yeah, I said, "Yeah, I went to college." And he goes, "Oh, what did you study?" I said, "Well, when I was in college, I went in for computer programming, but I dropped out like first semester because I just like I was done with school." And I think that might be him over there. It could also be this dude though too. And he looks at me and he goes, "That's the worst mistake you ever made. Worst mistake of your life." And then walks out of the room. And I go like, "What the fuck? Like, who are you to judge that?" Like, I'll admit, yes, I am like 10 plus $1,000 in debt. Abso-fucking-lutely. Money is a problem for me right now. Because I wasn't taught how to use it wisely. I was very irresponsible with my money, and I'm getting better with that. However, I don't, in terms of actual job, I have more fun doing the physicality of retail than I do doing the than I do programming. I didn't really have much of a background in programming, so I have way more fun doing what I'm doing now. Additionally, he makes the claim that dropping out of college was a huge mistake, but let me explain this. So when I dropped out of college, I moved to the city I'm in now. In this city, I started living with family friends I never thought I'd see again. I am now an uncle to the kids of one of the I have two friends that are about my age. One's my sister's age, one's my age, roughly. And they were my neighbors up in our cottage area. And they stopped going up, so I never thought I'd ever see them again. But I moved in, and the one that's my sister's age, I am now an uncle to her two kids. I wouldn't be if I stayed in school, because I never would have come to this city if I didn't. Additionally, the amount of friends and people I've come to know that have helped shape me and guide me from the decision of moving to this city by dropping out of college is huge. I've learned a lot of valuable life lessons. Hell, streaming, I probably wouldn't even be streaming, because one of the biggest influences into stuff was my friends from Guild Wars 2, which I probably wouldn't have even be playing if I didn't drop out. I dropped out. Guild Wars 2 was actually released before I dropped out, because it came out in the summer of 2012. It was like August, I believe, of 2012, and I dropped out in like November 2012. So Guild Wars 2 is out, but I don't think I ever would have played the game, and if I did, I doubt I would have joined the same guild and met the same people. And He looks at me and says, "Worst mistake I made." Yeah, sure, maybe monetarily. But in terms of every other aspect of life, I didn't. I made the best choice. There he is. I reconnected with my dad's side of the family. Just to emphasize, I am no contact with my dad. I don't talk with my dad anymore. I don't like my dad. He's that person you'd justify as you wouldn't pee on him if you wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. I go to his funeral just to ensure that he's actually dead. Like, that's the kind of thing. Well, when I was still younger, someone was leaking info to my dad, and I didn't know who. We did later find out who it was. It was actually my dad himself, using a fake Facebook profile. But, I had blocked my dad's entire, like, anyone that was related to or friends with my dad, I had blocked. So, but I ended up reconnecting with my dad's side of the family, who all, I wouldn't say hate my dad as much as me, but all have their grievances with my dad. Just more from, like, sibling perspectives than from, like, child perspectives. But they line up pretty well. And, I'm assuming you have bad dad experiences. I realized the other day that I only actually ended up living with my dad for 2.5 years, but it felt like 30. That's how bad it was. Like, it legitimately felt like 30 years. That my dad had custody of me, I think it was like September 2006 to... Technically he had custody longer than this, but like I ran away from home in February of 2009. I was with my grandma for about 10 months, and then my uncle gained custody of me in November of 2009. And by uncle, I mean like my mom's brother. Hey, Sprockets. I'm doing well. How are you? Slowly moving through this mission. Oh, yeah. My dad didn't really physically abuse me. He would hit me across, like, the face and stuff, but, like, when I said something smart, but... My dad was more of a manipulator, a narcissist and a manipulator. My parents separate. You want to, like, you know what? It's a funny story. So when I was a kid, I'll admit I had a lot of life lessons that were not taught to me by my parents. They were legitimately taught to me by TV. A lot of my morals came from TV. And it was, I think it was on a TV show or maybe from school or something, I learned what a divorce was. But I was still kind of naive as to what a divorce was. So I asked my mom, I said, hey, would you and you know, Dad ever get a divorce? And she goes, no, we wouldn't get a divorce. Right? no joke, quite literally, a week later, 7 days, my mom sits me and my sister down and says her and my dad are getting a divorce. I don't know if they were already considering it or planning it or what, or if maybe my, like, I highly doubt my thought process did anything for it, but, like, it was just insane timing. I was very emotionally disconnected as a kid, I remember, though. Because, like, so my school had this internal program. It was called, like, Rainbows or some bullshit like that. I don't really remember. The whole point of the program was it was supposed to be, like, some type of... You could sign your kid up for as, like, a collective, like, grieving program. I was put in it for 3 different circumstances. When my papa died, which is my dad's dad, who, in all honesty, barely even knew. He lived several cities away, and I only saw him on holidays. So I don't understand why they thought I'd be grieving about this. Then there was my great-grandpa, so my mom's grandpa. Knew him a lot more. I actually knew him more than I knew my papa, to be fair. Because my grandma actually lived in the same city as us. But he still, but I still wasn't particularly close, because he's, like, we're generations apart. Like, I was born in the 90s, he was born 1906, right? Like, no joke, we were almost 90 years apart, roughly. So, like, I just didn't really, you know, talk with him much or get along with him. Like, we didn't hate each other, obviously. But, like, as a kid, it's like you just don't really care about the adults, right? In your life, at, like, the same way. So, but they still put me in Rainbows for that. And then they put me in it for my parents divorcing, which really, honestly, didn't affect me much. Despite what you may think, like, I know a lot of people, like, have had their lives, like, flipped upside down due to divorces and stuff. My dad literally just moved down the street. So, any friends I had, any, like, the school, right, like, all of that stayed the same. And even then, I was only supposed to visit my dad every other weekend, and me and my sister never went. Like, I remember when we would come home from our cottages, we would, my mom would always use the excuse. I was like, why couldn't we just stay up there longer? My mom would always use the excuse, oh, well, you have to see your dad. We would never see our dad. We could go the entire summer without seeing our dad. And he lived just down the street. It's kind of crazy. He literally lived, like, we lived on, like, the middle of the street, and he lived on the corner of it. We literally could have walked there in, like, 2 minutes. We never went to see him. My mom would have had a better excuse if she just simply said, I have to work. Which is not something we as kids really thought about. Like, you, as a kid, you don't really understand, like, your parents' work schedules and, like... Because as a kid, it's like summer vacation. Stop interrupting me, you pieces of shit! 3 interrupts in a row! God, fuck you! You don't understand, like, concepts, like... During summer vacation, like, as a kid, you're just like, oh, I'm free, I get to do whatever I want during summer. But, like, you don't understand that adults don't get to do the same. He needs your help? How low can he go? Sorry, I feel like that was a joke I had to make. For those that don't get the joke, her little brother, his account's name is Ace Returns, but when he showed up in my stream, it was low. Restless Spirit, we've almost found you a grave. Come on. Yeah! Let's go! Give me the symbol! Let's go! Come on, click the shield, thank you. Use this. Oh, there's a boss. Boss is dead. Run back, run back, run back, run back, run back, run back! No, I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I don't have to do the bonus, though. I got greedy and was being dumb. Well, that was a fun use of an hour of my life. I got super greedy, though. That was entirely my fault. I wasn't protecting the NPC that, I should be protecting. Alright, let's get rid of these breaks again. Yeah, thankfully I didn't have to, they Pokemon Coliseum the missions here. These bonus objectives, where it's like, you still catch the Shadow, you still succeed in catching the Shadow Pokemon even if you actually lost, the battle. But it's more experience for the Phoenix anyways, which I need to do. Yeah, I think I might, at least for a little bit, take Jin over cost just to get the Phoenix to level 20. Let me check something though. What does Hardy do? Hardy is plus 60 more health with minus 15% damage. It is legitimately the worst DPS status you can have for a pet. I was wondering, it's like, there's a single enemy there. It's like, is that a boss I can fight? No. You are a Necro, so I'm going to hit you with all the magic under the sun. Hey Mario! I legitimately actually was just talking about you probably about like maybe 20 minutes ago. Cause Audrey came back and I was talking about like, she was saying about like how part of the reason why she wasn't here was because of school, and I said that's probably the same thing that happened to you, was you were here all the time until you started high school. And then you basically just disappeared. But I understand that. High school is a different ballpark from elementary school or middle school or whatever. I didn't have middle school, but, you know, just elementary school. You have half the classes and yet somehow 4 times the work. Oh, I imagine. I believe everyone's busy. Even the people that sit around and do fuck all, they're busy doing that. I probably won't see, like, if anyone's in school, I probably won't really see them too often on streams anymore anyway, because since I work nights now, you know, like, I stream in the mornings, like today, you won't catch my stream unless it's unless you wake up on a weekend kind of early enough if I choose to stream. Like this weekend, I'm not streaming. Because I work Friday and Saturday, and I start earlier on Sunday. But, you'd only be able to catch me on my days off, likely. Which are not set where I work right now. Apparently some people have them set, or at least relatively set. It's like, oh, I just generally don't work, you know, this day and this day. And I'm like, that's great. I don't, though. I don't, and I also don't particularly care. As long as I don't, like, I end up working 6 days in a row once because I don't have a designated day off. I am about half. Oh yeah, I'm halfway. I just gotta hand this to the dude, and then. God, I hate these enemies that have, like, fucking insane AoE interrupts. I'm not even gonna attack. There's one. The other one didn't even use an interrupt. Well, that's a good habit to get into. I don't. I'm currently learning how to eat better. That's my first thing. Eat better and eat cheaper.
A sight for sore eyes. One of the greatest treasures of my now ruined home.
I am off tomorrow.
But while being reunited with the scepter of
we'll
Or
be
should
picking
be
up
a
some
cause
Nino
for
Kuni
celebration, the events of today have saddened my heart. There is a traitor in your midst. One of the Shining Blade's own inner council.
What? Who?
I believe you know him by the name Marcus. He masquerades as your friend and confidant, but he is instead a white-mantled infiltrator.
Ah, so he's the reason the Mantle knew about the Henge of Denravi.
Yes, and he has sold you out again. There are white mantle all over this island. They come now for the scepter as we speak.
We must get to the dock and warn Avenia.
I'm afraid our tale grows darker still. The Mantle have already stormed her ship. It lies broken at the bottom of the harbor. Our friend Avenia has already been taken prisoner.
Avenia's been taken? That also means we're trapped here. That boat was our only way off Sanctum K.
Do not lose hope yet, my friend. I can summon from the deep a ship that can carry us from this place. Make for the beach. Meet me at the dock and I will perform the necessary ritual.
There must be half of the White Mantle army between us and the beach.
Then you will need some help. Do not fear the walking dead. Through the scepter they obey my commands. Hurry now, we haven't much time.
Going. I can now main attack again. Let's go. Not gonna lie though, I am very considering dropping Ogden for Oleus just to keep my VIP healer. But I also know that's a very poor idea because Oleus is a healer, but he's also designed to heal off a VIP healer, which removes 30% of your health. Hi, White Mantle. Alright, come on, let's get through the crowd. Let's go. You are a healer. Oh, you did not like that. Oh! Beaten by the minions. Can you not? Just so we don't risk anything while I go collect stuff, I'm just going to camp my guys right here. And then no matter what happens, if I walk away, my squad will still stick around right here. You're a ranger. And you're a dead man too. This, and you're dead. Oh, get on the boat. Get on the boat. Let's go. Let's go.
On the boat, hurry! We must make our escape. Councilor Marcus has sold you out. The mainland is no longer safe for you.
We must get back to Denravi and warn the others.
I'm afraid it's too late for that. The Shining Blade have already been broken over the knee of the White Mantle. By now, those who are not already dead are fleeing into the Shiver Peaks.
Then we go to the Shiver Peaks.
A noble gesture, but throwing your lives away against a foe who you cannot beat will not help your friends.
Then the White Mantle have won. All is lost.
Do not be so sure. There is still a way to beat the White Mantle. Venture to the Crystal Desert and ascend. Only then will you be powerful enough to take on the rest of the White Mantle and their unseen gods.
What must we do?
Find the Prophet and claim the gift of true sight.
What?
That's right.
What?
You are all chosen. And now you must venture through the desert. Prove yourselves worthy and claim your birthright. Then you will take this fight to them. Prepare yourselves. The trials of ascension await.
A guy from Or rescues us in Tyria, or rescues us in Kryta to tell us to go to Alona. Great. Well, I guess we're not going to Nightfall. Oh, it's M. Noon! Oh, this desert's actually a part of the base game map. Need one of these. Alright, let me go find the bank. Over here. Alright. Alright, one sec. A little distracted. Oh yeah, SPD was good. I liked SPD. Alright, sorry, back to the game here. Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, probably RPM, and then maybe Lost Galaxy. I've only, I think, seen directly up to Samurai, so I don't really have any context past Samurai. I don't know. I saw like I saw a little bit of like I don't know. Dino Charge seemed no, I've not seen the seasons. I've only seen like recaps of them, but like Dino Charge just seemed a bit over congested, but beyond that it seemed fine. And Ninja Steel didn't look too bad to me though. Oh boy. I think the Red Ranger being female isn't an issue though. Like why can't the Red Ranger be female? A leader can be anyone. In SPD, the what was it, the Alpha team? The Alpha Squad? The showrunners had to basically use every trick in the book to make that Red Ranger female. Every trick in the book they had to use. He had to fight tooth and nail to make Charlie a female Red Ranger. Like, I don't think there's an issue with it. Now, if she wasn't, like, there could be other problems that could stem from that, like, but I don't really see that as a core issue. Like, is the actress good? Right? Like, right? That, you know, that could be a thing. Well, keep in mind, too, that she wasn't originally the Red Ranger, right? Like, wasn't she the Blue Ranger in the previous season? It's not the first time colors have changed like that. Like, that happened between, what was it, Mighty Morphing into Zeo into In Space. No, it's Mighty Morphing into Turbo into Zeo into Space. The colors constantly shifted. Do also keep in mind, too, that Power Rangers has always had money issues. That's always a leading cause to many of the problems with the show. Is they never get a decent budget. Alright. I'm heading south to try and unlock a city. There's a teleport zone in the bottom corner of the map here. Ooh, look at all those numbers. Maybe. I don't know. Disney owned them before and didn't like it. I honestly feel like Hasbro actually has the better opportunity to do more with them. Because they can sell toys for them. Disney dropped the ball the last time. They owned it. They owned a successful kids franchise that was still popular, and the executives literally just said, just dub the Sentai. But I do think a reboot isn't a bad idea. I don't know. It's debatable, but the past several seasons have really gone all in on the concept of, like, reunions. Like, I feel like it was really, like, granted, not that I really watched them too much, but, like, it, in my opinion, became a bit annoying that seasons couldn't really stand on their own anymore. No, Disney did not. The people that ran Power Rangers knew what they were doing. Disney itself didn't give a flying fuck about Power Rangers. The people that ran Power Rangers were pretty much the same people that always ran Power Rangers. The only difference was they were able to convince Disney that if they filmed in New Zealand, with Ninja Storm being the first season to do so, that it would be cheaper. That was the only consensus that Disney gave them. A lot of people that worked on the show during the Disney era were people that have worked on the show for decades. I actually asked Linkara once at a convention. I don't know if he'd gotten the question before or not, but I remember when I went to a convention years back, I asked him, I said, why do you think Disney handled the Power Rangers so, like, why do you think they were so apprehensive about the Power Rangers? And his answer was, he said that Disney's big thing is that they want control. But they'll never get control over Power Rangers because Power Rangers is dictated by the Sentai, which Disney will never own. Because Toei will never... Is it... No, I don't think it's Toei, sorry. But, like, whoever owns it in Japan will never get rid of it. Uh... What am I doing? One, two, three. There we go. 4. Thank you. Oh, if it's gonna be its complete own thing, then Disney will probably love it. But the original core concept of Power Rangers was because it was ruled by the Sentai, because they reused a lot of the same shit, and Disney basically did not like that. Alright, I'll see you later, Mario. Don't be a stranger. Salvage, 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 salvage. I'm just gonna keep hugging the wall. Sand elementals. The Omicom nearby. Oh no, do not die. Fuck you. Oh, come on. Angel, hello! I've been well. Saw 2 familiar faces today in chat, so, you know, always good. Always good. Knee still fucking hurts, though. Alright, where's the chest? This here, put this here, and these 2 should be able to go in here. Well, I only got here for the teleport. I didn't actually care about anything else. Alright. I'm just gonna head to the next, we're gonna head to Augury Rock. And from there... Stop! I'm trying to jump, that's why. Alright, just a right here. That's the teleporter I need. Oh. It's crazy how there's no Minotaur in all of Guild Wars 2 in Alona. In 200 years, they all got replaced with fucking sandworms, and which are much smaller than the actual ones in this game, and sand sharks. Alright, I'm gonna call the stream once I get into Augury Rock, because I won't have time to do the mission anyway. I'm not even fighting anything, I'm just gonna get in. And next time we pick up with Augury Rock. I think. Oh, Augury Rock's not a mission? What? Why does the overview map show that it's a mission? Huh. No, I'll still end it here. So yeah, that's where we're gonna call it now. I feel like I didn't really make too much progress this stream just because sorry, that was a huge yawn. I didn't make it very far in this stream just because I spent a lot of it in that one mission that I basically had to redo entirely, which obviously didn't help, but yeah. Tomorrow we pick back up with Ni no Kuni 2. Since I am off from work, we can get a really good push. But yeah, so with that said, my name's Daimien Kamiya, I'm the Omni King. If you're a friend, foe, or member of the Omni Council, I'll see you later. Bye everyone.